I am going to show how to create and submit an invoice in Mallow. So I'm going to log in as a licensed clinician. A few things to mention about the layout of Mallow. On the left side is the main menu. It shows you all the features that you currently have access to, depending on the role that you have within the application. On the top left, there is a button that you can use to hide and show the main menu. On the top right, next to the name of the person that's currently logged in, is a button. If you click on that, there's a link to a profile page to edit and update your personal information, and also a link to log out. Typically, when you log into Mallow, you will be taken to the home page. The home page would have some information widgets. The first widget is a chart that shows you the number of invoices that you've submitted in the last 14 days, divided by or broken down by the different statuses. So this user currently has one invoice in QA review status, one invoice in supervisor review status, one invoice in payroll ready status. The second information widget shows you a list of recently updated invoices, the 3 recently updated invoices. It gives a summary, including the unique ID of each invoice, the status of an invoice, the date range of the procedures that are line items in that invoice, the number of line items in the invoice, and the timestamp of the last updates to that invoice. The next widget shows you a count of the number of invoices that you own that currently need your attention. And then the last widget shows you the number of invoices and the total monetary amount the logged in user should be expecting to get paid for the next pay cycle or the next payroll. So to create a new invoice, you would click on invoices in the main menu and you will select my invoices. Upon selecting my invoices, you will see a list of invoices that you've either worked on, edited, submitted within the application. This user currently has 8 invoices. The list shows you the ID of the invoice. The second column shows you whether the invoice is currently locked. The third column shows you the program within which the invoice belongs. OMHC here stands for Outpatient Mental Health Clinic. Other examples of programs could be psychiatric rehabilitation or case management or therapeutic behavioral services, TBS. The range column shows you the oldest and the newest date range of procedures that are within the invoice. The next column shows you the submission date if the invoice has been submitted. If an invoice is in draft, for example, there would not be a submit date because the invoice is currently in draft and it's not been submitted. An example is one of these few ones at the bottom here. The next column shows you the number of items within the invoice, and the last column shows you the status of an invoice. If you mouse over the status indicator, it would tell you the time, the date and the time that that particular invoice achieved that status. A couple of other things to mention. You can sort, if you mouse over a column header of any of the tables, you can sort the column if there is an arrow that shows up to the right of the column title. And then lastly, you can filter an invoice by status. So for example, if I wanted to show invoices, all invoices that are in draft status, I can unselect all the other statuses with the exception of draft, and you will see all of my invoices that are in draft status. Let's say I wanted to see my invoices that are in QA status. I can select QA only and there was one invoice that is in QA status currently. So let's say that I wanted to create a new invoice. I can create a new invoice by clicking on the Create New Invoice button at the bottom right corner of my invoices page. Once I do that, a new invoice section is displayed at the bottom of the page with one item. I can start typing now to add information about procedures that I've completed that are going to be part of this invoice. So let's say that I saw a client of mine, Ellis Stanford, on the 1st of July 2021, so 7/1/2021. I can hit the tab on the keyboard to move from one field to another. So I saw Ellis from 1 to 2 p.m. As soon as I start typing Ellis in the client field, it filters the drop down for me. I'm able to pick the client, and let's say that I saw this client for a 90837 procedure. I've added my first item to my invoice. A few things to notice here. I just clicked save at the bottom of the invoice section here, and my invoice went from new to draft status, and my invoice now has a unique ID. A couple of other things to notice here. There is a lock indicator at the top of, or the title of my invoice, which shows that that invoice is currently locked by me. It tells you that I am the owner, and right now I only have one line item or one procedure in my invoice. So my date range, the start and the end of that date range is the same date. And the summary is that I have one item in this invoice. If you scroll up to the list of invoices, let's say that I reselect the majority of my status types here. If you scroll through, you actually see the same invoice that I'm editing below has been added to my list of invoices. So my invoice starting with which ID starts with RYTBM is the same invoice that I'm looking at the bottom here. So I've added one item to my invoice. Every invoice, whether it's new or in draft status or whatever status it is, has to have at least one item or one procedure in there. And that if there's one procedure, you cannot delete that one line item. So now let's say that I saw Elise again as a clinician on the 3rd of July. So I would like to add another item to this invoice. I would click on the Add New Item button on the bottom left corner of the invoice detail, and as you see, a new blank row or line item has been added to the invoice. I should also mention that in addition to clicking the Save button to save the state of your invoice, when you are editing an invoice, there is an autosave feature, so you don't have to constantly click on the Save button. But if you prefer to explicitly click on the Save button as you move through the invoice, that's certainly available as well. So let's say that I saw Elise again on the 3rd of July 2021. This time around, for the start time, I'm going to use the time picker. Let's say that I saw Elise at 9 a.m. from 9 a.m. to 9:45. So for the end time, I would select 9:45. And I will start typing Elise a second time here, Elise. My list of clients is filtered, and I'm able to pick Elise Stanford. For this particular procedure, I conducted a 90834. Then let's say that for a third session that I want to add to this invoice, I saw a client that is not currently on my caseload. How would I add that? So I would click add again. A third blank line item has been added for me. So let's say that on 7/3 as well, I saw a client at 1 p.m. and this client's name is Janice Joplin, but this client is not my client. So let's say that I start typing Janice. you will notice that there are no options for me to select within the client field because the client is not in my caseload. This scenario happens frequently enough. A client may, for instance, come into a clinic and their therapist is not available, but they really need to talk to someone. Another therapist may temporarily see them for that session. To search for a client that is not your client, but is a client that receives services in your organization, you will just select the checkbox next to the client's name, and you will see that now I can find Janice Joplin. I select Janice Joplin, and let's say that I saw Janice for a 90837. So now I have 3 items on my invoice. Let's say that I add one more really quickly here. So 9, July 9th from 3:35 p.m. to 4:45 p.m. So let's say that I saw Destiny Larson for a 9047, a family therapy session. So now I would like to submit this invoice. Towards the bottom right of the invoice detail, next to the save button is the submit button. The moment I click on submit, the application asks me if to confirm that I want to submit the invoice, and I say yes, I would like to submit. I get a notification that the invoice has been submitted, and now the invoice has gone from draft status to QA review, which means that the invoice has left my list and has gone to QA for quality assurance review. A few other things to mention here. You will see that the summary at the top of the invoice detail has been updated. I'm still the owner of the invoice, obviously. The status is QA review. I can actually download the invoice. This clicking on the download button here would give me a PDF version of the invoice. The date the invoice was submitted, the date range of the earliest to the newest line item or procedure within that invoice, the total number of items in the invoice, and then at the bottom here I have the count by procedure. So I have 190834, 290837 procedure code, and then 190847 procedure. I'm making 4 procedures total. So now the invoice is in QA review. So essentially, this is how you create and submit an invoice. A few other things to mention. Whenever you are in your list of invoices, you can still view your invoices that are not in draft status or are not in owner review status, but you cannot edit them. The reason for that is whatever you've submitted needs to be validated by either your supervisor if the invoice is in supervisor review, or by the QA department if the invoice is in QA review status. When an invoice is in payroll ready, it means that it's past supervisor review. In some cases, if you have an item that requires supervisor review, and then it's also past QA review, and then it's ready for payroll to process it. An invoice is in processed status once a payroll date or a pay schedule has been specified for that invoice. And then an invoice is in owner review status if there's an issue that QA found or that your supervisor found, and they return the invoice back to you to correct those issues before reviewing the invoice and then having the invoice flow through to payroll so that the invoice is processed. If you go anywhere else within the application and you want to return to your list of invoices, you just click on invoices, my invoices, and here you see your list of invoices. Another thing to mention real quickly here is that when you return to the home page, you will now notice that the number of invoices that are in QA review is now increased to 2. before it was one. And the same invoice that we had created and submitted with 4 items is now showing up in our list of recently updated invoices. So this is how you create and submit an invoice within Mallow.